Oregon for the final regular season game of the summer of 2020 in the Wild Wild West League as the Portland Pickles take on the Westland Knights. With the 1 and 2 spots among these two teams locked up, the Pickles and the Knights will look at this game as a tune-up for Saturday's playoff games. Last night, the Knights exploded for 7 runs in the bottom of the 7th, a 10-run rule of the Pickles. Jake Holcroft was the player of the game as he racked up his 4th home run of the year with a grand slam. Stringer, Barnum, and Wees pitched a combined no-hitter as the Knights had everything going in their win. The only base runners of the ball game for the Pickles was a walk in the 4th to Gabe Scoro. Pickles were ice cold last night, and they'll need to find some momentum tonight before heading into Saturday's playoff game. The Knights and the Pickles face off for one last time in the regular season of the WWWL as the tune-up for tomorrow's playoffs. First pitch is next. So let's play some baseballs as our PA announcer Robert Jones, and it will be thrown by Christian Hemrich, the lefty for the Pickles. He'll face Jake Holcroft, Andy Armstrong, Riley Knight, and Chad Stevens in the top 4. Dukart and Anderson at 5 and 6, and Thomas Dukart, Jake Lykev, and Ben Lead at 7, 8, 9. The defense for the Picks: Jovan at 3rd, Chandler at short, Israel at 2nd, Gregory at 1st. Zach Morgan put down the signs in the squat. Scoro in left, Cooney in center, and O'Reilly in right. Pickles and the Knights going at it one more time in the regular season. Next time these two teams face off, it could be the championship, as they're the 1 and the 2 seeds. Our playoffs tomorrow was decided by a home run derby. Earlier today, the Gresham Grey Wolves took down the Portland Gherkins 7-3 in the home run derby, and they will play the Pickles, the Grey Wolves will, at 7 o'clock tomorrow for a 2:30 game. It will be the Westland Knights and the Portland Gherkins. So there is a possibility for a Portland Gherkins, Portland Pickles championship game, but also a very strong possibility of a Westland Knights Gresham Grey Wolves championship game. So as Brooke Knight heads over to talk to the umpires, once again it is Alex Chavez, Jim Hildegarf. They'll switch spots. Alex will go behind the plate to call the starts. Hemrich on the mound for this Pickles team. In 5 innings of work, he's had 3 outings, won 1 game. Last 2 outings were against the Knights. In those 2 outings, he went 3 innings, gave up 5 earned runs, and walked only 1. So the command is there, but the Knights have been hitting the baseball. Yeah, Jake Holcroft, who's got a shot at the Triple Crown. It's going to be a tough one. He needs some help from Gabe Scoro, who's currently hitting .500. Holcroft at 367, but he leads the league in RBIs with 20. Next best is 14, and in home runs with 4, and the next best is 2. Zach Morgan with that jet black dyed mustache steps behind the plate as we get going here at Bob Brock Stadium in Aurora, Oregon. A final regular season game of the summer of 2020 here in the Wild Wild West League. Christian Hemrich dealing to the lefty Holcroft to start things off. Holcroft hitting .367. He's 2nd in slugging, 1st in RBIs, 5th in average in the league. Opening offering to him. Look out, almost clips him at the belt as he slides back. The count at 1 ball and no strikes. The Knights at 11 and 2, the Pickles at 6 and 7. 1-0 home. Catches the corner and the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Holcroft with his closed stance, the front foot just in front of the back foot. 1-1 from Hemrich. Up and away, and the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Pickles and the Knights just getting going. Top 1, nobody on, nobody out. 2-1 to Holcroft. And he swings and slices one foul down the left field line. It's awfully quiet here at Bob Brock in Aurora, Oregon, and you can hear Ron the K-Man shouting some things to Jake Holcroft. 2-2 on his way to the lefty leadoff man. Strike 3 called on the outside. Holcroft is down looking. And up comes the righty Andy Armstrong. with 1 out and the base is empty. So 1 up and 1 strikeout for Christian Hammerich. And Armstrong, who's at third today, has played a lot of second, has played a lot of shortstop, but has not played third base. Looks on towards Hammerich. Lefty on righty. Opening offering from the Pickles pitcher. Low and outside. And the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Another beautiful day here in Aurora, Oregon at Bob Brock Stadium. No score. Top 1. Pickles and the Knights going at it. The 1-0 home. Outside. And the count at 2 balls and no strikes. And these two teams faced off last night. We went 7 innings. Westland with a 7-run 7th, able to defeat Portland. Hammerich shakes off a sign, now deals his 2-0. Swinging a little blooper into left field, Scoro gets under it, measures it right, and makes the catch as there's 2 away. Gabe Scoro will be our 3rd inning interview. And our great Kat Makaroff getting some good information on Gabe, so gonna try to surprise him out there in left field. So in stands the machine, Briley Knight, as he digs in. The lefty hitting 400 of the 525 on base percentage. Did not get a hit in yesterday's ball game. First pitch to him. And he fouls one back to the screen. Briley's taking the most at-bats out of anybody in the WWWL. 40 at-bats, 60 plate appearances, but only 1 home run. 10 singles and 4 doubles for him, the 0-1. And he looks at a ball on the outside. Wearing the Utah Utes helmet, but he'll be transferring to the University of Portland for his junior season. A University of Portland team that is going to be awfully dangerous in that new stadium on the bluff. 2 gone, top 1, no score, the 1-1. Catches the outside part of the plate in the count at 1-2. Westland and Portland going at it for the final time in the regular season here at Bob Brock in Aurora, Oregon. 1-2 home. Check swing, and he did not go. In the count at a ball and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Briley Knight. Hammerich sets. And the 2-2 home. Swinging a high fly ball into right field. O'Reilly going back. O'Reilly at the wall. Goodbye! Briley Knight on cue. Sends one over the right field fence over towards the 353 mark. And it's Westland 1-0 here to start this ball game. So a solo shot from Briley, his first home run since July 25th against the Pickles. As up comes Chad Stevens, the right-handed batter with the bases empty. Westland 1, Portland none. Just getting going here at the top of the first, and on 1 hit, the Knights are on the board thanks to the home run from Briley Knight. First pitch home. Stevens takes the ball downstairs, and the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Chad Stevens, who's been the most prolific base stealer in the WWWL. He's 9 for 10 on the base pass. Not too shabby in the batter's box, too. 1-0-2. And he swings and belts one left side. Second baseman Chandler backhands it, gathers, throws to first is high, but on time. Gregory spears it out of the air. 1 hit. It's a home run by Briley Knight, and the Knights lead after a half inning. To the bottom of the first we go. It's Westland 1, Portland none here on our Wild Wild West League stream, brought to you by Adventist Health.
It started with a checkup that led to a question that spurred a discovery that changed the way we practice health, which led to more questions and more discoveries that changed more ways we practice health. And on it goes. Introducing OHSU Health, a system of doctors and nurses, researchers, clinics, and hospitals, all working together to build a better way to wellness.
To the bottom of the first we go here at Bob Brock Stadium in Aurora, Oregon. The Westland Knights 1, the Portland Pickles none. Nathaniel Brezer Mendoza on the mound for the Knights. Westland jumping out to the lead after the Briley Knights solo shot. Mendoza has had 4 outings. He's pitched 6 innings, given up 1 earned run, an ERA of 1.5. He's struck out 7 and only walked 3 batters. The right-hander hails from Santa Cruz, California. Also a member of the University of Portland squad. He had 2 appearances in his shortened senior season, where he went to Utah Valley and threw an inning, gave up no hits, no runs. So in stands the switch-hitting lefty, Nick Israel, to get things going in the bottom of the first. Westland 1, Portland none. Israel taps the plate twice and looks towards Brezer Mendoza. Opening offering. Catches the outside corner at the knees, and the count at 0-1. Israel headed to Fresno State and of the College of Southern Nevada. 0-1-2. Up and away, and the count at 1-1 strike. Israel went to Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. He was a 2017 Rawlings Perfect Game honorable mention, 1-1. And he fouls one back to the screen. The count at 1-2 strikes. 1 hit for Westland. It's a home run by Briley Knight. And the Westland Knights lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first over the Portland Pickles. Israel, the leadoff lefty, looks in towards Mendoza. The 1-2. Up and outside. Pulls Lake Kim out of his square. And the count moves to 2-2 strikes. Israel, Cooney, Chandler. To start this ballgame, the Pickles find themselves down 1-0 thanks to a Briley Knight home run. 2-2. Swing and a foul back to the screen. And the count remains at 2-2 strikes. Israel's batting .174 this summer in 7 games. He's 4 for 23. It's been all singles for him. He is 1 for 1 on stolen bases. 2-2 from Mendoza. Up and away, and the count runs full to the leadoff hitter, Nick Israel. Israel rests the bat on his left shoulder, looks towards Mendoza. The payoff pitch. Swinging a shot into right field on a line and over the head of Thomas Ducart. Israel around first, on his way to second. He's in there standing. It's a leadoff double to start the bottom of the first, and just like that, the Pickles have the tying run in scoring position with nobody out for Christian Cooney. Ducart took 2 steps forward as if he was going to catch the ball, and it sailed right over his head. Did not see Thomas Ducart make a lot of mistakes, but he misread that one there. Israel with a lot of speed at second. The right-hander Cooney stands in. Westland 1, Portland none, but the Pickles threatening here in the bottom of the first with a runner at second and nobody out. First pitch to Cooney. And he swings and slaps one foul. Christian Cooney, a sophomore out of the University of Portland. Hit .222 with the Pilots and 27 at-bats in the shortened 2020 season. Wags the bat at the waist, rocking an all-white right arm sleeve. 0-1 from Mendoza. Upstairs, and the count, 1-1 strike. Westland scored on a home run from Briley Knight in the top of the first. They lead the Pickles 1-0, but a leadoff double by Nick Israel has an opportunity for Christian Cooney at the plate. 1-1 on its way from Mendoza. Swing and a miss. And they counted a ball and 2 strikes. Cooney went to Central Catholic High School, where he was a 2-time Oregon 6A first-team selection. A lot of power, and he loves to pull the ball to left. Runner at second, nobody out. The 1-2. Low and outside, and a good snag by Lightgeb, who throws back to second. Israel is back sliding. Lightgeb had to jump to his right to spear that baseball, and Israel almost was on his way to third and thought better of it. A double for the leadoff lefty. He leads at second base. Westland 1, Portland none. Bottom of the first, here with nobody out for Christian Cooney. Mendoza eyeballs Israel is 2-2. Swinging a shot up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Israel around third on his way home. The throw home is cut off, and the Pickles with back-to-back knocks to start the ball game have tied us all up at 1. So Cooney picks up an RBI after the Israel double, and just like that, Westland and Portland are tied at 1. The offense rolling early for Portland. As in stands the right-handed batter, Dalton Chandler. Chandler out of the University of Washington. Holds the bat behind his head. Mendoza sets. First pitch to him. Upstairs. The count at 1 ball and no strikes. Chandler picked up CrossFit in the offseason, became a big-time CrossFitter. Worked out every day. 1-0 with a runner at first. Low and outside. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Israel doubled. Cooney picked up an RBI single. He's at first as Jake Lightgeb goes out to talk to Nathaniel Brezer Mendoza. Again, Mendoza in his previous 7 innings and 3 outings had only given up 1 earned run and has not recorded an out here in the bottom of the first, and he's already given up a run. Westland 1, Portland 1. Bottom of the first, runner at first, and nobody out for the Pickles. 2-0 from Mendoza. Up and in. And they count it 3 balls and no strikes. Kenyon Yovan, the cleanup righty out of Oregon, is on deck. Chandler looks on. Mendoza's 3-0. Swinging a soft liner towards Ducard at shortstop. He goes to second for 1. The turn to first is late. Jake Ducard, who's not used to playing shortstop, was slow on the exchange. Chandler beats out the double play. As there's 1 on and 1 out now for Kenyon Yovan. A double and a single for the Pickles. They're on the board, tied with Westland at 1 apiece. Brezer Mendoza looks in. His opening offering to Yovan. Low and outside. And the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Yovan rocking a white arm sleeve on the left arm today. He's worn green the past week. Switching it up here today. Talked to him yesterday. He's a sneakerhead with 75 pairs of sneakers. 1 on, 1 out. The 1-0 to Yovan. And he swings and rolls 1 foul down the left field line. And the count at a ball and a strike. Westland 1 on the solo shot from Bradley Knight. And Portland getting their run thanks to a double by Israel and a single by Cooney. Dalton Chandler, who beat out a double play, leads at first base. Pickles with an opportunity to take the lead after tying the game. Mendoza's 1-1 to Yovan. Out on the outside, snap back throw to first, rolls into right field. Chandler's on his way to second base, and he's in there standing. Lightgeb tried to throw out Dalton Chandler, who had a large lead over there at first base. And the ball got away from Anderson on the E3. An opportunity for Yovan with a runner in scoring position. And 1 out to give Portland the lead. Westland 1, Portland 1. Bottom 1. Runner at second and 1 out. And time is called. And now Brook Knight's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. So things are not going the Knights' ways. Everybody from the infield is going to come in, and we're going to take a quick break and come right back. Runner at second, one out, bottom of the first. It's a 2-1 count to Kenyon Yovan. Portland 1, Westland 1. Runner at second is Dalton Chandler, one out. Opportunity for the cleanup righty, Kenyon Yovan, to give Portland the lead. Mendoza looks in. Looks at second is 2-1. And that clips Yovan on the left arm as he jogs 90 feet down to first base. So Yovan takes the base and a bruise, and in stands Zach Morgan, the right-handed batter. Morgan with that jet black mustache that he showed off to his teammates yesterday. Chandler at second, Yovan at first. One out, bottom one. Westland and Portland tied at one. Throw back to second. Chandler with a head-first dive. He's in there safely. Mendoza only gave up one run in his previous 7 innings. He's got one out here on the bottom of the first, and he's already given up a run. Tune-up games for these two teams. Doesn't mean anything in terms of playoffs. First pitch to Morgan. Off the inside. In the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Chandler leads at second. Yovan at first. 2 on, 1 gone. Bottom 1, the Pickles and the Westland Knights knotted up at a run apiece. Morgan looks on. The 1-0 home. Low and outside, and it gets away from Lightcap. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Chandler to third. Yovan to second on the wild pitch. And an opportunity for Zach Morgan, who's only got 2 RBIs all summer, to pick up some more here with runners in scoring position and only 1 out. A 1-1 game here in the bottom of the first. A lot of action early. Mendoza's 2-0 on his way. And Morgan swings and pops one up down the right field line that falls foul. And the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for the Westland Knights. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Portland Pickles. But Dalton Chandler with great speed at third and Kenyon Yovan at second for Portland. Morgan, the righty, looks on, an opportunity to bring some runners home. The 2-1. And he swings and belts one right at the third baseman. Armstrong goes back to Lightgive at the plate, back to Armstrong at third, who tags out Chandler. The Knights do a good job of getting the lead runner. Dalton Chandler caught off the bag, and a fielder's choice for Zach Morgan. So Chandler is tagged down. Morgan to first. Yovan remains at second base, and in stands the right-handed batter, Alec Arnone. Pickles still have a chance to take the lead. Here in the bottom of the first, 2 gone, 2 on, and a 1-1 game between Westland and Portland. Arnone with the stars and the stripes on his right arm, wearing the sleeve. First pitch to him from Mendoza. And he swings and pops one up. Down the right field line, moving back as Lightcap. Does he see it? And it's right behind the Pickles dugout. So, 0-1 to the righty Arnone to start the at-bat. Arnone hitting .345, the redshirt sophomore out of Cal State Northridge. Calls Swan Capistrano home. Yovan at second. At first is Morgan. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the first and 2 out. 0-1 to Arnone. Up and away, and the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The lights are starting to turn on as the sun sets here in Aurora, Oregon at Baum-Brock Stadium. Early action between the top 2 teams in the Wild Wild West League, and tune-up games for both these 2 teams. 1-1 from Mendoza. Up and inside. In the count, 2 balls and a strike. Arnone went to UC Irvine, transferred to Cal State Northridge. Sat out the season due to NCAA transfer rules. Plays catcher for CSUN. 2 on, 2 out. The 2-1 from Mendoza. Low and inside. In the count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Arnone. It's an opportunity to load the bases for the Pickles with Gabe Squirrel, the righty, on deck. Jovan at second, Morgan at first. 2 gone, bottom 1 in a 1-1 game. Here's the 3-1. Up and away, and just like that, Nathaniel Brezer Mendoza has walked the bases full for Gabe Squirrel. Righty Squirrel leads the Wild West League in average and on base percentage, hitting .500. He's 12 for 24. And if you think that's a fluke, think again. Squirrel 6 for 13 against Westland Knights pitchers. He's doing damage to everybody this summer. Righty on righty, first pitch to him. Low and outside. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. We have not seen a Westland Knights starter the way Nathaniel Brezer Mendoza has started this game struggle so much. 1-0 home. Swinging a drive into left center field. Moving back is Holcroft. Can he get there? He can. And they'll run for a while. 1 run is in. Another run scores. Arnone charging to the plate. He scores. It's a 3 RBI double by Gabe Squirrel. And it's a 4-1 Pickles lead. Gabe Squirrel adding to the terrific summer he has had here in 2020. He clears the bases. And in stands the lefty Lucas Gregory. 2 out, Pickles 4, Westland 1. Bottom of the first, the opening offering to Gregory. At the knees, and the count at 0-1. The Pickles with 4 runs on the Knights. Here in the bottom of the first, jumping all over. Mendoza's 0-1, way outside. And the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gabe Squirrel with the 3-run double. Jovan, Morgan, and Arnone all score. And Portland leads Westland 4-1 here in the bottom of the first. 2 outs, runner at second. The 1-1 from Mendoza. Swinging a foul back to the screen. And the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Again, this game doesn't mean anything in terms of playoff standings, but it does mean something in terms of momentum going into tomorrow. The Knights will play a Hungry Gherkins team at 2 o'clock, and the Pickles will play a Gresham Grey Wolf team on a roll at 7. Mendoza deals a 1-2. Low and inside, and it skips away from Lightgeb again. Gets back to the backstop. On to third goes Squirrel on the pass ball. And the inning continues for the Portland Pickles. So wild pitch, now a pass ball. And Squirrel 90 feet away. Brook Knight already walking down to his dugout. And this is the last thing he needs before the playoffs. 2-2. Swing and a miss. And that does it for the first. 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 left aboard. The Portland Pickles lead the Westland Knights 4-1 after an inning of action. To the second we go on our Wild West League stream, brought to you by Adventist Health. So to the top of the second we go. The Portland Pickles 4, the Westland Knights 1. Christian Hammerich on the mound for the Pickles as he deals to the lefty Jake Ducart. It'll be Ducart, Stedman, and Thomas Ducart. Opening offering, low and outside. And the count at a ball and no strikes. Well, the Pickles put up 4 runs in the bottom of the first. Jumping all over the Knights. 1-0. Low and outside. And the count at 2 balls and no strikes. And while that might not seem like it matters, considering this game has no effect on the playoffs tomorrow, Knights are going to have to use their bullpen right before Saturday's playoffs. 2-0. On the outside. In the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Lefty Ducart, drafted in the 2018 MLB draft in the later rounds. Sophomore out of Oregon State looks on. The 3-0, 2-0 from Hammerich. At the knees for a strike. In the count of 3 balls and 1 strike. Westland's only run coming off the bat of Bradley Knight on his home run in the first. 3-1 home. Swinging a big chopper down the first base line. Waiting for it is Gregory. He scoops it up, steps on first, and there's one gone. So the first baseman, Lucas Gregory, makes a nice play. And in stands the lefty, Decker Stedman. So 1 out, and the base is empty. Top of the second, Westland 1, Portland 4. Stedman looks in. Was not in the original lineup. Swapped in late. First pitch 2. Just misses low and away. And the count at 1 ball and no strikes. So James Anderson not in the lineup. Something we haven't seen a lot this year. Stedman playing first base instead. 1-0. Catches the outer edge. In the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Stedman hitting at .316 in his 19 at-bats. He's got 6 hits. Was a reliever at the University of Oregon. Maybe a rising sophomore. The 1-1-2. Up and away. And the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Pickles put up 4 in the bottom of the first. Portland leads Westland 4-1. Top 2, 1 out, and the base is empty. 2-1 from Hammerich. Swinging a big chopper up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Decker Stedman bounces one right over the head of Christian Hammerich that rolls into center. And up comes the lefty Thomas Ducart. Ducart, the brother of Jake Ducart. Thomas and Jake hitting in the 5 and 6 spots with Stedman sandwiched in between. Runner at first, 1 out. Top 2, the pitch. Upstairs. In the count, 1 ball and no strikes to Thomas Ducart. Ducart was slated to play with the Corvallis Knights, now on the Westland Knights, pretty much the same team. Graduated from Lake Oswego. 1-0. Catches the outer edge. In the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. A sold-out crowd for this Friday night ball game to close out the regular season of the Wild Wild West League. Stedman at first after a single. 1-1. Low and outside. In the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Top 2 here at Bob Brock in Aurora, Oregon. Portland 4, Westland 1. Runner at first and 1 out as Thomas Ducart looks on. 2-1 home. Swinging a foul back to the screen. And the count levels out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Knights locked up as the number 1 seed. They'll take on the Portland Gherkins at 2:30. The Pickles at the 2 seed. They'll take on the Gresham Grey Wolves at 7. Tune-up games for these two teams. As Thomas Ducart Swings and breaks his bat as he bloops one into right center field. Stedman holds up at second, and there's 2 on with 1 out. Bat shattered, and the end of it is stuck in the ground, spearing out to the right of the pitcher's mound. Ben Lead goes out and pulls it out of the grass. And Gabe Levy, the bat boy for the Knights, will throw that one in the trash. So 2 straight base hits, and in stands the right-handed batter, Jake Lightcap. Stedman at second. At first is Thomas Ducart. Lightcap is the tying run here in the top of the second. Opening offering to the righty. Low and outside. Snap back throw. And diving safely into first is Thomas Ducart. Ball was called a strike. One out, 2 on, top 2. Portland 4, Westland 1, but the Knights with the tying run at the plate in the righty Jake Lightcap. 0-1-2. And he swings and taps one foul down the right field line. And Lightcap in the hole, 0-2. Jake Ducart grounded out to first. Decker Stedman singled. And Thomas Ducart singled behind him. Runners at second and first. 1 out, top 2. Knights and the Pickles going at it for one last time in the regular season. Hamrish is 0-2 home. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Lightcap. As with 2 out and 2 on, up comes Ben Lead. Big time strikeout for Hamrish. As the infield drops back into its normal position, no longer needing the double play. Portland 4, Westland 1. Tying run at the plate in the righty Ben Lead here in the top of the second with runners at second and first and 2 outs. Hamrish looks in. His opening offering. Swing and a miss. Christian Hamrish turned up the heat on that fastball. And the count at 0-1. Shadows have pretty much covered the infield. But the outfield's still all in the sun here on another beautiful ball game in Aurora, Oregon. At second is Stedman. At first is Ducart. 2 gone. Hamrish looks at second and is 0-1 home. Outside in the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake Holcroft, the lefty leadoff man, is on deck. Hamrish looks in. Ben Lead holds the bat on the right shoulder. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And Hamrish a strike away from getting out of this inning. Lead was supposed to be on a 10-day signee for this Corvallis team. Now playing full time for the Westland Knights. 1-2-2. And he waves at a ball in the dirt, scooped up by Morgan, who goes to first for the out. 2 hits, 2 left aboard, no runs come in. In the top of the second, to the bottom of the inning we go. Here in our Wild Wild West League stream, it's Portland 4, Westland 1, brought to you by Adventist Health. To the bottom of the second we go here at Bob Brock Stadium in Aurora, Oregon. The Portland Pickles 4 and the Westland Knights 1. The 9-hole hitter, Danny O'Reilly, stands in. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Knights, it's Sean Wees. Wees pitched an inning yesterday, didn't give up a hit. Lefty on righty, opening offering from Wees. Up and away, and the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Sean Wees out of George Fox University will be a sophomore there. It is 1-0 to O'Reilly. Swinging a foul back to the screen, and the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wees says he chose George Fox because of the academics and the competitive baseball program, as well as the ability to make an impact right away. Boy, he's made an impact in this Wild Wild West League. 6 games, 7 2/3, 1 run allowed. The 1-1 misses away, and the count at 2 balls and a strike to O'Reilly. It'll be 9-1-2. O'Reilly, Israel, Cooney for the Pickles. Portland 4, Westland 1. Bottom of the second, nobody on and nobody out here in our final game of the regular season. Wees 2-1. Now O'Reilly swings and sends one in the air to right field. Thomas Dukart, fighting the sun, moves into the shadows and makes the catch. So a fly out to right to start the bottom of the second. And up comes the switch hitter, Nick Israel, batting from the right side of the plate. Israel doubled and scored. Back in the first, he was the tying run in that 4-run first inning. Portland 4, Westland 1. Bottom 2, 1 out, and the base is empty. Wees opening offering. Swing and a miss. And the count at 0-1. Israel's double in that first was a line shot that Thomas Dukart read wrong. He came in and it went right over his head. Wees 0-1. At the knees for a strike. And the count at 0-2. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Westland Knights. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Portland Pickles. 0-2. Low and away. And the count at a ball and 2 strikes to Israel. So Wees with short rest. Again, only an inning yesterday, but we haven't seen Coach Knight use his pitchers in back-to-back games all year. 1-2. Swinging a high pop-up right center field. Stevens is called off by the right fielder Dukart, who reaches up and makes the catch. So 2 quick outs. This is in the bottom of the second, and up stands the right-handed batter, Christian Cooney. Ready, Cooney digs in from the right side of the batter's box. 2 out, base is empty. Bottom 2, Portland 4, Westland 1. Sean Wees opening offering. Swinging a slicing line drive down the right field line. And a foul ball. Just missed. Boy, it was awfully close. Our umpire down the right field line, Jim Hilgedorf, calling it foul. 2 outs, base is empty. Bottom of the second. Portland 4, Westland 1. Cooney, after getting a good run over to first base, steps back into the batter's box. Lefty on righty. Wees is 0-1 home. And Cooney swings and drives one into left field. Going back is Holcroft. At the track, he looks up and makes the catch. Boy, Christian Cooney sends one sky high. He thought it was gone. And Holcroft able to grab it out of the air. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the second. To the third we go. It's Portland Pickles 4, Westland Knights 1 here in our Wild Wild West League stream. Brought to you by Adventist Health.
every summer, getting out here, meeting a whole bunch of new guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Now, there's talks that you could be the first four-time Pickle. Has that been on your mind at all?
It has a little bit. It has for sure. I've absolutely loved my time in a Pickle uniform, and I definitely love to extend it for another year, if possible.
All right, O'Croft looks at the ball. And how's it been playing out here at Bob Bruck's? Have you been out here to play before, or is this your first time here in Aurora, Oregon?
I've never been out here before, actually, but getting out here and playing on this amazing surface has been awesome. The field's one of the nicest fields I've ever played on for sure, and sorry about that.
No, good hustle. Good hustle. Take your time. Take your time. You're a lot of breath. Here's one for you. So we talked to your teammate Christian Cooney. Christian had a lot to say, but one of the main things he said was, for some reason, you can never get dressed on time for game time.
Yeah, I struggle with that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And I enjoy hanging out with my teammates too much in the dugout. Time just flies by. Next thing I know, I'm supposed to be out there stretching. I got it. Thank you.
Good throw. Good throw.
Thank you.
That
guy can swing it.
Yeah. Yes, he can. Talk about your University of Portland team next year. I mean, it is going to be one heck of a ball club.
I know. We're really bummed the season got canceled when it did. We were off to a really good start. We got a lot of really good ball players that have been playing real well this summer. But we're definitely excited to get back on campus and hopefully make something fun happen next spring.
We are also, when we were talking to Christian, he said you seem to always bail on him when he wants to go fishing. And then Jaden was saying he doesn't think you're very good at fishing. Any response?
Yeah. So to Jaden, I'm not the best fisherman, not gonna lie. I'd love to get out there and hang out on the water with some buddies, hopefully catch a few bass. But yeah, I'm not the best, that's for sure. But
why are you always bailing? Why are you always bailing on Christian?
That's the funny thing. In fact, he's the one actually bailing on me.
Oh.
There've been a few times. I don't know if you heard about Kevin talking about me building the deck a couple weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
But Cooney was one of the guys that was supposed to come out and help, and magically his phone died the night before.
Wow.
And his alarm never went off for some reason.
What a coincidence.
Such a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is wild.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm the one that's been bailing on him. And actually last night I wanted to play some Call of Duty with him after the game. He even asked me, as a matter of fact. So I get home, hop on the PlayStation, and what do I know? He doesn't pick up his phone again. Must have been dead or something. So.
There you go. It's, sometimes it's tough with Christian.
No, he's a real great kid. Yeah, I can't talk too much crap about him. He's a real good kid.
There you go.
One of my good buddies for sure.
We talked to Jaden, Hannah, and your mom. Jaden was telling us that when you were younger, you played second. Runners always beat you out. Yet we have a great photo of you with a Golden Glove here for playing second base. Why does Jaden think you were a terrible second baseman, yet you have the Golden Glove?
Well, I did have a good tournament, and I happened to get pretty lucky to get that Gold Glove award, but definitely was not the best second baseman, that's for sure. He was a much better shortstop at the time. That's why he played over on that side of the diamond. And I had that much shorter throw, a little easier position to play growing up.
There you go. Now, I know you talked about Christian's phone magically dying and his alarm not going off, but is it true that your mom still wakes you up in the morning?
She does not. She does not anymore.
Okay. So
she may have for a brief period of time when it was real hard to wake up every day for high school real early.
Uh-huh.
But now that I've moved out of the house, or even when I'm there in the summer, she does not anymore, but she used to, though.
Now, we also talked to Cassidy, and we heard that you asked for a Pokemon card collection last year. Can you confirm or deny this?
I can confirm it. Well, it's actually, I had quite the large collection when I was younger. That was just something that I got into when I was younger, a little, collecting a couple different kinds of cards. So I had like this big binder full of cards, and one of our friends actually owns a card shop.
Okay.
So we had it taken over. Or I took it over there and was kind of just curious what the value of it was. So ended up being a couple $100, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
I ended up not selling it or anything, but
Okay.
I got them, and just kind of a cool thing that kind of had since I was a little kid. Some nostalgia attached to it for sure.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Pokemon or a top 3?
No, I'm not super into it now, but
Okay.
I don't know. That's a tough question.
We got one more for you that might be a little tough. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm on your side here, but your go-to music we heard is Cardi B. Why Cardi B?
Yeah, I don't know who told you that.
No? Is that a no?
I wouldn't say that's my go-to.
What would you say?
I know my girlfriend Cassie likes it a lot.
Okay.
So wherever driving home from somewhere and she throws it on, I'm not gonna say that I click the next button or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, it's very, very thoughtful of you.
Thank you.
Do you have a go-to pregame song or playlist that you listen to?
Honestly, not really. I like a wide variety of music. So
Okay.
just being a baseball player, you kind of have to like country. So luckily I do. There's a whole lot of country being played, whether you're at the ballpark or hanging out with your teammates somewhere. But that I like a lot of like the newer kind of hip hop stuff, and then also like some older classic rock and roll. I got a wide variety of music that I listen to, so
There you go.
nothing too crazy.
There you go. Now back to a little bit of baseball here. You guys have been struggling a little bit against this Knights team. There's a high chance you see them on Sunday in the championship game. What is you got to them once? What do you think the key is to taking down the Westland Knights?
They're a real talented ball club, that's for sure, and they've been playing some real good ball games against us. But I think the key to taking them down is just to make all the simple plays and not give them a whole lot of freebies. Is kind of what our saying is at University of Portland. Just not making any errors, not walking a lot of guys. If we can play a solid ball game where they got to earn everything, and I think we got a good shot at them on Sunday if we get there.
You guys will
they're a real good ball club for sure.
You guys will have to play the Gray Wolves at 7 o'clock, who won in a home run derby to get to the 3 seed later today.
Oh, runner. Throw him out. Oh, got it. Dang. Yeah, actually, one of my best friends from high school, Baxter Halligan. It was pretty cool watching him hitting that home run derby earlier.
Yeah, Baxter.
So, yeah, I'll be excited to play him tomorrow.
He had a nice couple of swings. I mean, he put up 3 home runs.
Mm-hmm. I was proud of him for sure. I mean, I know I could one up him.
Oh, okay.
Hard to get out there, but no, I'm just giving him a hard time if he's listening.
And Chad Stevens at the plate, guy that you played a lot against and played with. It seemed like everybody we talked to really likes Chad Stevens. What is it about? Are you also a Chad Stevens fan?
Actually, I'd say we're real close because we actually just have about every single class together at school.
Okay.
Same major, basically. Hey, Chad, what classes do you want to take this semester? And then we make our schedule, so we're pretty much always together during the school day.
There you go.
And we'll go hit after our classes. We'll go hit together, get food. So pretty much our whole day is me and Chad together. So
sweet. Well, do you have? I know you guys are awfully really close, but the one guy we can't find any dirt on is Chad Stevens. Anything you could give us?
Let me think. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. He's a real good dude, real humble guy, real talented ball player, that's for sure.
Watching him in BP flash the leather is a lot of fun.
Absolutely. He can play one real good shortstop, and he can swing it too. So I was real bummed he didn't get picked up in this year's draft. Really looking forward to him moving on and playing some higher level baseball for sure. Because I know he can play with those boys for sure.
Why don't you,
having
while
him
we,
back at UP for one more year.
there you go.
Sorry. Go ahead.
While we're at this pitching change, why don't you go over and give us a Christian Cooney interview?
All right. Absolutely, I can do that. No problem. What's up, Christian Cooney? Let me give you a little interview real quick.
Tell Christian to make sure to speak up.
Christian, make sure you speak up, all right, man?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So, I'm with my buddy here, Christian Cooney. We're out in the outfield right now doing a pitching change.
Hey.
So, so Christian Cooney, can I get your name, your birthday, and where you went to high school?
My name's Christian Cooney.
Speak up.
My name's Christian Cooney. I was born on December 7, 2000, and I attended Central Catholic High School.
Awesome. And
Better than Lincoln High School.
okay, that's enough. So now you're a current student athlete at the University of Portland, is that right?
Yeah.
It's awesome. So how do you like it there?
It's great. It's a great program. I love the coaches. I love the players. Except for that one kid. I don't really know. What is his name?
Chad?
No, Chad's cool.
Oh, okay. Okay, anyway.
You got it?
So,
Gabe, try to
you're
get...
asking up in the booth.
Yeah.
Cooney, why are you always bailing on me? What are you a guy that's so much more important than doing a deck with me?
I've never bailed on you in my life. Who told them that?
No, that's what they're saying. They say you always bail on me.
Nah, you're lying. He bails on me. Remember when we tried to, I invited you fishing at one
Cooney,
time?
you can't invite me fishing. You have nowhere to fish.
No, I do though.
Oh my god.
Out on my boat, right by
okay,
St.
yeah.
John's.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, well, good to see you, man. Good luck this year at the University of Portland.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Gabe.
Of course. You're my good buddy. It's so really easy to have a nice little interview like that.
Yeah.
You got bases loaded, no outs here. Okay.
What's going through your mind? Bases
Ideal.
loaded, no outs. How do you play left field?
So I think it's a Jake Ducart hitting, if I'm looking at him right. And I'm trying to think about his previous ABs here. Yeah. Uh-oh. Keep going back, Cooney. You got room. Let's go. Cooney gets it. Dang.
Nice catch by Christian out there.
Yeah, it was a great snag. Just something happened on that relay there, and Riley scored from second. Good base running by him. That's for sure.
So,
These Knights will do that. They run the bases real hard and take extra 90s all the time.
yeah,
Learn a lot from just playing against them.
Brooke Knight has had his guys steal 33 bases in 16 games this summer.
Wow.
Which is
That's a lot of bases.
it's a lot of bases. Does that change? I mean, I know that's going to be a lot of balls kind of coming towards second base. That probably Christian has to back up more than you. But does that change how you play at all, knowing guys have so much speed on the base path?
It makes me a little more careful. It makes me kind of run at balls a little faster. Make sure I come up with them so they don't take that extra 90 feet on me. Here we go. Oh boy. This guy, Chad Stevens, on first. I was looking for him to steal. He's a good runner for sure, and he's stolen a lot of bases this summer. So
Now,
didn't quite get a chance there. Good.
talk about Zach Morgan's jet black mustache. What were your first thoughts when you saw that?
So the story on that, first time I saw it, we're in the cages before a game a few days ago. He's wearing his mask. And he's like, Gabe, I got something to show you. I'm like, okay. Don't have any idea what he's possibly going to be talking about. And he just rips off his mask, shows me this dark black mustache that I know is not even close to what his natural facial hair looks like. And I was amazed because I didn't expect that out of him for sure. But I think he kind of pulls it off. Not gonna lie. So
Okay. So you like the mustache?
I do. I hope there's a shot. Fumble. Good.
Is there any
Yeah, I do
chance
like
we
the
see a
mustache.
Gabe Scoro jet black mustache?
No. I can't pull off something like that. I wish I could. I can't.
So you got a great group of guys out here with the Pickles. But let's say you got to
Absolutely.
survive a zombie apocalypse. 3 teammates. Who are you taking with you?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. So I think Lucas Gregory, he's a big outdoorsman. I take him.
There you go.
Let's see. I'm looking around here. I might take Zach Morgan for the last, and I think he's a real likable guy. And I think when he gets serious, though, he could survive out there for a little while. And one more guy, I might take Jaden Hanna, lifelong friend of mine. Oh yeah, we got to go there. But yeah, I think it'll be Jaden Hanna, Lucas Gregory, and Zach Morgan.
Well, thanks for joining us, Gabe. Any shout-outs before you head out?
I'd just like to say hi to anyone out there, and thanks for coming out to the ball games. We're making it a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining us, Gabe. Good luck the rest of the way.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
To the bottom of the third we go. Westland 4 and Portland 4, all tied up after a 3-run top of the third for the Knights. Opening offering to the righty, Chandler catches the corner for a strike, and the count at 0-1. So the Knights able to tie things up. Pickles trying to retake the lead, the 0-1. And he swings and fouls it back to the screen. And the count at 0-2. Chandler reached on a fielder's choice, was tagged out trying to come home on a ground out. Base is empty, nobody out, bottom 3. Westland and Portland tied at 4, 0-2. Ups high. And the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Chandler, Jovan, Morgan for the Pickles. Weeze 1-2. Swinging a rocket right at shortstop. Backhand by Dukart, but he can't put the glove on it. A single for Dalton Chandler to start this third inning has the go-ahead run aboard for Kenyon Jovan. Jovan, the righty, digs in. He was hit by a pitch, came around to score on the 3-run double by Gabe Scora. So Chandler, the go-ahead run, leads at first base. He has good speed. 2 for 2 on stolen bases. Weeze throw over. And a headfirst dive back safely is Dalton Chandler. Jovan taps the plate twice. Holds the bat on the right shoulder. And Weeze another throw to first and another headfirst dive safe by Dalton Chandler. Jovan, the only player in the Pac-12 to receive All-American honors as a pitcher and a hitter. Weeze first pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count at 0-1. Westland 4, Portland 4. Bottom of the third. Nobody out. And the go-ahead run at first base after Dalton Chandler's single. 0-1 to Jovan. Swing and a miss. 2 waves by Kenyon, and they counted 0-2. Jovan in 2020 was collegiate baseball first team All-American as a designated hitter. The 0-2 to him. And he swings and belts one down the left field line, moving over as Holcroft into foul territory. He slides and is unable to make the catch. Jovan sends that one for a ride. Holcroft, who has terrific speed, could not get there, and the count remains at 0-2. So the Pickles clean up man. 4 runs in the bottom of the first for Portland. 1 run in the first and 3 in the top of the third for Westland. It's a 4-4 game. Here in our final regular season match of the Wild Wild West League. Runner at first, nobody out, bottom 3. 0-2 to Jovan. Up and away, snap back throw to first. Chandler dives in safely again. They counted a ball and 2 strikes to Jovan. Wees coming in for Bresner Mendoza in the second. He went 3 up, 3 down. Gives up the leadoff single to Dalton Chandler. Chandler at first. 1-2. Misses away. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Westland. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Portland. Bottom of the third, nobody out. Dalton Chandler takes a sizable lead over there at first base. And Wees throws over, and Chandler once again slides back in safely. So Sean Wees paying a lot of attention to Chandler over there at first, who's 2 for 2 on stolen bases. The lefty pitcher sets. And it's 2-2. Catches the corner at the knees. Jovan is gone. And there's a runner at first with 1 out. So up comes the man with the jet black mustache, Zach Morgan. Morgan hitting .242 at his dream school, Fresno State. Played in Alaska last summer with the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Was named first team All-League. First pitch to him. And he swings and fouls one off down the right field line. And they counted 0-1. Morgan, a graduate of Lincoln High School in Stockton, California, where in 40 games he made 1 error. 0-1-2. Downstairs, and the count at a ball and a strike to Morgan. Chandler singled to start the inning. He's at first. Jovan struck out looking. Righty Morgan stands in with Alec Arnone waiting on deck. Wees sets. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. And the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Morgan looks towards Justin Barkas, the third base coach. Gets the signs, taps the plate twice. Chandler leads at first after his single, bottom 3. 1 out, 1 on in a 4-4 game. Wees throws over to first, and another slide back safely by Chandler. Decker Stedman, first baseman, chopping it up. Another throw to first. This time Chandler scurries back on his feet. 6 times Sean Wees has checked on Chandler. You could say Dalton has built a house in his head. 1-2. Swinging a slicing fly ball down the right field line. Thomas Ducart chases it into the Pickles bullpen. And the count at a ball and 2 strikes to Morgan. Morgan reached on a fielder's choice and came around to score his last time up as he calls for a tie. We's in a battle with Morgan as he's checked on Chandler 6 times. Dalton steps in and takes his lead from first. Morgan wags the bat at the waist, now puts it on his right shoulder. 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball into right field. Stevens, the second baseman, moves back, gets under it, and makes the catch. And there's 2 gone. So a hit to start the inning, but 2 Pickles go down, and up comes the righty Alec Arnone with the go-ahead run at first and 2 out. Justin Barkis gives the signs to Arnone, who walked and scored back in the first. Weeze sets, and on the first pitch, swing and a foul back to the screen. And the count at 0 balls and 1 strike. Alec restraps his gloves and digs in. Taps the back of the plate. Dalton Chandler leads at first. Bottom 3, 2 out, 4-4 game. The 0-1. Swinging a high drive into shallow center field. Bradley Knight starts back, comes in, and holds up and makes the catch. A hit, a runner left aboard. We'll keep it here. We have the Mascot Olympics on our Wild Wild West League stream. So after 3, Westland 4, Portland 4. Homer the Husky, Dylan T. Pickle, GG, Water Balloon Dodgeball, and Lil P, and they're not going to do Mascot Olympics. So we'll take a break and come right back. Top of the 4th coming up. To the top of the 4th we go here at Bob Brock Stadium in Aurora, Oregon. The right-handed batter, Jake Lightcap, digs in. It's Lightcap, lead, and the leadoff lefty, Holcroft. 8-9-1 spots here in the 4th. Westland 4, Portland 4. Liam Campbell, the righty, still on the mound. His opening offering home. Swinging a fly ball into center field. Christian Cooney doesn't have to move. He makes the catch. And on 1 pitch, there's 1 gone. So in stands the right-handed batter, Ben Lead. Lead out of Crescent Valley High School. Struck out swinging to end the 2nd his last time up. Westland put up 3 runs in the top of the 3rd to tie the game. First pitch to Lead. Off the outside. And the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Bases empty, 1 out, top 4. Westland 4 and Portland 4. And our final WWWL regular season game. Camels 1-0. Misses away. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 home. Low and away, and the count 3 balls and no strikes. The Knights have had the Pickles number all season long. 3-0. Catches the outer edge, and the count of 3-1. Pickles trying to bring some momentum into the playoffs. The Knights looking to keep the offense rolling. 3-1. at the knees for a strike, and the count runs full 3-2. Top 4, 1 out. Westland 4 and Portland 4. Base is empty as Ben Lee taps the plate once. Holds the bat behind his head. And the 3-2 from Camel. Swinging a hard ground ball off the mound, up the middle for a base hit. Ben Lee gets some help from the pitcher's mound as that ball was headed towards the shortstop Dalton Chandler, but it ricocheted the other way, and it's a 1-out single with a go-ahead run aboard as up comes the lefty Jake Holcroft. Holcroft doubled to start things off in the third, a 3-run third inning by this Westland team. 1 on, 1 out. Top 4, Westland 4 and Portland 4. Camel's first pitch, and Holcroft rolls one into right field for a base hit. So back-to-back knocks by the Westland Knights have the go-ahead run in scoring position as up comes the righty Andy Armstrong. So Armstrong digs in. He doubled and scored. Holcroft his last time up. Camel asking for a new ball. 1 run in the top of the first by Westland, 3 in the top of the third. Pickles scored all 4 of their runs in the bottom of the first. Runner at second is Linn. Runner at first is Holcroft. Armstrong with an opportunity to grab another RBI and give his team the lead. Campbell's pitch on. At the knees for a strike, and the count at 0-1. The sun's starting to set. The twilight hours of Bob Brock here in Aurora, Oregon. A beautiful ballpark. 0-1 home. Low and outside, and the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Lightgift flew out to center, lead singled up the middle, and Holcroft singled to right. 2 on, 1 out. Top 4 in a 4-4 game between Westland and Portland. Our regular season finale of the Wild Wild West League. 1-1 home. Swing and a miss. And the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. 4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Picks. Armstrong taps the plate. Sophomore out of Oregon State, who is a championship ring, looks on. 1-2. And he outside, and the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lights are all working today, too, which is good. In the past, we've seen some outages from the lights in the outfield. 2-2. Swinging a looper into right center field. Moving back is Israel. The second baseman gets under it and makes the catch. Everybody stays where they are. An unproductive out for Andy Armstrong as up comes the lefty Briley Knight. Riley hit his second home run of the summer over the right field wall his last time up, and walked and scored in the third. He has got 2 runs in 2 plate appearances. 2 on, 2 out, top 4. Westland 4, Portland 4. Liam Camel an out away from getting out of the jam. The pitch home. And Briley Knight rolls one towards the Pickles dugout for a foul ball. The count at 0-1. Briley with the axe hammer end to his bat. A little curve on it. Taps the plate twice and open stands, looks towards Camel. The go-ahead run at second, Ben Lead, and Jake Holcroft with great speed at first. Camel eyeballs Lead and deals home. A 1 is fouled down the right field line. So Camel in the driver's seat, 0-2 on Briley Knight, who has struck out in his last 3 games after having only 2 strikeouts through the previous 11. Camel looks in, looks towards second, the 0-2. Swinging a sharp ground ball, one hopper at second. Israel on the back pedal, scoops it up, goes to first, and that does it. 2 hits, 2 left aboard. To the bottom of the 4th we go on our Wild Wild West League stream, as we're going to keep it here for our Mascot Olympics. GG, Little P, Homer the Husky, and the horse. It's a party. 5 mascots. As we get our totals on the screen. Dylan with 2, GG with 2, Lil P with 2, and then Homer has 1, and so does the horse, as we get a water balloon toss. Not sure what the point of the game is. It's just a battle between the mascots and the interns. Everybody's throwing balloons. Look out! Almost gets Ryan Moon. Gigi swings at one, can't hit it. Courtney Schmidt's throwing water balloons. Ian Lee throwing water balloons. Kelsey Henry's throwing water balloons. Dylan gets Courtney bad. And everybody's throwing water balloons. Look out. They're going. Allie's throwing them with her camera out. Dangerous. Homer the Husky got hit with one in the head. And that's going to do it for the Mascot Olympics. We'll take a break and come right back here in Aurora, Oregon. It's a 4-4 game through 4.5. Bottom of the 4th here in Aurora, Oregon at Bob Brock Stadium. Gabe Scoro stands into the right side of the batter's box. Last time up, a 3-run double. I capped off the Pickles 4-run first inning. Westland 4, Portland 4, bottom 4. First pitch from Weeze. Scoro puts down the bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. Gabe Scoro hitting a ridiculous 500. Even interviewed his teammate and center fielder Christian Cooney when he was mic'd up for the 3rd. 0-1 to the righty. And he swings and drives one into center field. Coming in on it is the right fielder Dukart, and he lets it drop in front of him. Going to score that as a hit for Scoro, his 2nd of the ball game. And an opportunity with a go-ahead run. Aboard and nobody out. Lefty Gregory stands in. Westland 4, Portland 4. Bottom of the 4th. Scoro 2 for 2 as he leads at first. First pitch, swing and a miss. And the count at 0-1 to Gregory. Gregory struck out swinging to end the 1st his last time up. Scoro leads at first. The 0-1 from Weeze. Swing, and Weeze jams him. Slow roller towards second. Stevens charging, scoops it up, goes to first in plenty of time. On his way to second is Gabe Scoro. A nice play by Chad Stevens. And up comes the right-handed batter, Danny O'Reilly. So the go-ahead run now in scoring position. And O'Reilly, who flew out to right his last time up, an opportunity to pick up an RBI. Taps the plate once, looks towards Weeze. Gabe Scoro leads at second base. 1 out, 1 on, bottom 4 in a 4-4 game. The pitch, and O'Reilly fouls one back to the screen. Portland Pickles put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 1st. The Westland Knights got a run in the top of the 1st and 3 in the top of the 3rd. Danny O'Reilly out of the University of Toledo. Host to 4 other Pickles. Looks on. The 0-1. And he swings and rolls one down the third baseline. Armstrong waits for it, gets to it, is throw to first in plenty of time. Andy Armstrong over there at third base, making the nice play, and there's 2 gone with the runner at second. So with Scoro in scoring position and 2 away, and stands the switch hitter, Nick Israel, batting from the right side. Westland 4, Portland 4. Bottom of the 4th, 2 outs. And a runner at second base. Opening offering. Swinging a pop-up back to the screen. And they counted 0-1. Weeze coming in relief for Brezer Mendoza in the second inning. Has allowed 2 hits, but no runs. Pickles trying to take the lead with a runner at second and 2 out. A 1 from Weeze. Misses low and away, and the count at a ball and a strike. One on, 2 gone, bottom 4, Westland 4, Portland 4, the final game of the regular season. 1-1 from Weeze. Swinging a foul back to the screen that clips off the helmet of the catcher, Jake Lightgap. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nick Israel. Israel trying to prick up the go-ahead RBI. Wearing the all-red gloves, a nod to his college, Fresno State. 1-2 from Weeze. Swing and a miss, and that does it for the bottom of the 4th. 1 hit, 1 left aboard. To the 5th we go. It is Portland Pickles 4, Westland Knights 4. After 4 here at Bob Brock on our Wild Wild West League stream, brought to you by Adventus Health.
It started with a checkup that led to a question that spurred a discovery that changed the way we practice health, which led to more questions and more discoveries that changed more ways we practice health. And on it goes. Introducing OHSU Health, a system of doctors and nurses, researchers, clinics, and hospitals, all working together to build a better way to wellness.
To the top of the 5th we go. It is Westland Knights 4, Portland Pickles 4, as the right-handed cleanup man Chad Stevens steps in. New pitcher on the mound for the Pickles, Josh Vitus. Vitus, a resident at the house of Danny O'Reilly, the right fielder for the Pickles. He's pitched 5 2/3, given up 10 hits and 4 earned runs. Vitus, a senior out of Wofford. Deal with the 4, 5, 6 spots for the Knights. Exhales and is opening offering to Stevens. Foul back to the screen. And the count at 0-1. Stevens walked in the 3rd, was left stranded at second base. The cleanup man out of the University of Portland, taps the plate once and looks towards Josh Vitus. 0-1 on its way. Catches the plate on the inside, and the count 0-2. Bases empty, nobody out. Top 5. Westland 4, Portland 4. New pitcher, Josh Vitus, trying to get the first out of this 5th inning. 0-2 to Stevens. And he swings and spoils one foul down the right field line. And the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. I mentioned Gabe Scoro hanging out with Stevens a lot. They said they take all their classes together, both business majors at the University of Portland. Scoro in left field for the Pickles. 0-2. And another foul down the right field line. Stevens fighting off a couple pitches. And the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Gabe was telling us, he says, "Hey, Chad, want to make our schedules? Okay, let's do it." Pretty much hang out all day. Westland 4, Portland 4. Top of the 5th, nobody out, and an 0-2 count to Stevens. The pitch. And he swings and fouls another one off down the right field line. So Stevens in a battle here with Vitus. Vitus exhales. Ready on ready is 0-2. Alone outside. Stevens able to lay off. And they counted a ball and 2 strikes. So the Clowns have turned pink here at Bob Brock in Aurora, Oregon. Absolutely gorgeous. On this Friday night, our final game of the Wild Wild West League regular season. 1-2. Swinging a drive into center field. Christian Cooney to his right. Gets under it and makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down for Josh Vitus, and up comes the lefty Jake Ducar. Jake had a 2 RBI sacrifice fly back in the 3rd. Bradley Knight with some aggressive base running was able to come home. Bases empty, 1 out, top 5, Westland 4, Portland 4, opening offering. Strike catches the outside, and the count at 0-1. Knights putting up 3 runs in the top of the 3rd to tie this ball game up after the Pickles had 4 in the bottom of the 1st. 0-1 home. Swinging a slicing line drive into left field, moving over is Scoro, trying to get under it, and he does on the move. Gabe Scoro goes a long way towards the line and takes away a hit from Jake Ducar, as up comes the ready Decker Stedman. Stedman grounded out to 3rd his last time up. Stedman at the University of Oregon, a freshman playing first base for the first time all summer. First pitch to him. And he takes a strike. Bases empty, 2 out, top of the 5th, Westland 2 and Portland 2. 0-1. Swinging a foul. Back to the screen, and the count at 0-2. Tie game here in our final game of the Wild Wild West League regular season. Lights starting to get a little brighter as the sun sets some more. Bases empty, 2 gone. The 0-2 from Vitus. Strike 3 called. Down goes Stedman. 3 up, 3 down. Halfway home here in Aurora, Oregon. It's a 4-4 game between the Knights and the Pickles through 4.5. So to the bottom of the 5th we go here in Aurora, Oregon at Bob Brock Stadium. The Westland Knights 4, the Portland Pickles 4. 2, 3, 4 spots coming up for the Portland Pickles to face the lefty Colton Meyer on the mound. Junior out of Linfield College sets. His opening offering to the righty Cooney. Swing and a miss. And the count at 0-1. Meyer in 9 1/3 has struck out 10, given up 2 earned runs and 7 hits. He has walked 5. Cooney flew out to left his last time up on a hard hit ball that reached the warning track. 0-1. And he swings and chops one towards short. Jake Ducart charging, gloves it, fires to first across his body in plenty of time. So Cooney is retired on the 6-3 ground out, and up comes the right-handed batter, Dalton Chandler. Chandler singled his last time up on a ball that was right at the shortstop, Jake Ducart. Ducart unable to short hop the baseball. Opening offering 2. On the corner for a strike, and the count at 0-1. Portland 4, Westland 4. Bottom of the 5th, 1 out, and the base is empty. Meyer sets, and is 0-1 to Chandler. Low and inside, and the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Chandler's got great speed. Pickles would love to get him on. 1-1-2. And he swings and skies one down the right field line, hooking foul. And the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The wind is quiet here at Bob Brock Stadium in Aurora, Oregon. 1 out, base is empty, bottom of the 5th, Westland 4, and a Portland 4. The pitch, swing and a miss. Chandler strikes out. And up comes the righty Kenyon Yovan with the bases empty and 2 gone. Yovan struck out looking on a ball that caught the corner. He was not happy with the call. Expressed his feelings to the umpires. He steps back in. Two outs, bottom 5. Westland 4, Portland 4. Base is empty. Lefty on righty, the pitch. Check swing, ball in the dirt. Yovan holds up, and the count at 1-0. Got a chance to talk with Kenyon yesterday. He said everybody in his family is a great chef. 1-0. Flowing in, and the count at 2 balls and no strikes. 4 runs in the bottom of the 1st for the Portland Pickles. 1 in the bottom, 1 in the top of the 1st, 3 in the top of the 3rd for the Westland Knights. Bases empty, 2 out, bottom 5. 2-0 from Meyer. Swinging a high fly ball into deep left center field. This one going back. It's gone! Kenyon Yovan with his 3rd big fly of the summer. And the Portland Pickles take the lead 5-4 here in the 5th. Yovan goes yard once again against this Westland team. And just like that, Portland 5, Westland 4. The Pickles are on top in the final regular season Wild West League game. So with 2 outs and the bases empty, in stands the right-handed batter Zach Morgan. This final game, no playoff implications on the line, but momentum going into Saturday will be nice. Opening offering, low and inside, in the count at 1-0. Yovan sends one right over the 357 mark. And with the swing of the bat, gives the Pickles the 5-4 lead over the Westland Knights. 1-0 home. Upstairs, in the count, 2 balls and no strikes to Zach Morgan. Bases empty, 2 out, bottom 5, 1 run in. As Portland leads 5-4, 2-0. Skips in the dirt, gets away from length gap, and all of a sudden it's 3 balls and no strikes to Zach Morgan. (5-4) the score. Last time the Pickles won, they beat the Knights by a score of 5-4. 3-0. Catches the outer edge in the count of 3 balls and 1 strike. Bottom of the 5th. 5-4 picks. 3-1. Strike! Catches at the knees, and the count runs full. 3-2. Bases empty, 2 out, bottom 5th. A solo shot by Kenyon Yovan has given the Portland Pickles a 5-4 lead over the Westland Knights. A full count to Morgan with the bases empty, the payoff pitch. Upstairs, Morgan takes a 2-out walk. The 5th rolls on, as up comes the right-handed batter, Alec Arnone. Arnone flew out to center to end the 3rd his last time up. He also walked and scored in the 1st. Pickles take a lead on a Kenyon Yovan home run, and now they have a runner at first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Opening offering, way outside, and the count at 1 ball and no strikes to Arnone. Arnone had yesterday off. Came in the late innings to catch, but did not start. Myers 1-0. And Arnone fouls one off down the right field line. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Westland Knights. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Portland Pickles. Alec Arnone taps the plate, looks towards Meyer. Leading at first is Zach Morgan after his walk. And a throw over to first. Morgan with a head-first slide in safely. And the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. This game only going 7 innings. And it's going to be a good one. Pickles 5, Knights 4. 1-1. Inside. In the count at 2 balls and a strike. Arnone looks towards Meyer. Sets chest high. The 2-1. Swinging a pop-up back to the press box. And the count runs full, 2 balls. And the count runs 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morgan leads at first after the home run by Yovan. 2 outs, runner aboard here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-2 to Arnone. And he swings and taps one foul back to the screen. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Pickles took a 4-1 lead in the 1st. Knights tied things up in the 3rd, and the Pickles retaking the lead here in the 5th. 2-2, and no, a throw over to first. Back is Morgan. Wind starting to pick up slightly to right center field. Myers deals a 2-2. And Arnone slices one down the right field line. Foul again. Yovan with a big fly, giving the Pickles the lead. It's Portland 5, Westland 4. Bottom of the 5th, Morgan with his jet black mustache leads at first. 2-2. Low, and another full count to a Pickles batter. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Arnone. Final game of the Wild Wild West League regular season here in the summer of 2020. Pickles and the Knights going at it. Payoff pitch. Runner goes. Low and inside. A walk to Arnone. 2 2-out walks. And all of a sudden, the Pickles have a chance to add to their 1-run lead, as up comes Gabe Scoro. Scoro having an all-right night, 2 for 2, 3 RBIs. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 5th. Portland 5, Westland 4. Scoro kicks his bat once and steps into the box. There's a great interview with him in the 3rd. Morgan at first, Arnone on as well. Opening offering, low and inside, and it gets away from Likeyev. Everybody moves up 90 feet. And just like that, there's 2 in scoring position with 2 gone here in the 5th. So Morgan at 3rd, Arnone at 2nd. And an opportunity for Gabe Scoro, who's already got 3 RBIs, to pick up some more. Jovan with the home run gave Portland the lead, 5-4 over Westland. Now an opportunity to add more, 1-0. At the knees for a strike. And the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gabe Scoro, the league leader in average, came into today's game hitting 500, 1-1. And he fouls one back to the screen. And the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Morgan at 3rd, Arnone at 2nd. Gabe Scoro is 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Trying to continue his hot streak. Righty digs in, taps the plate twice, and looks towards the lefty Myers. 1-2 home. Swing and a miss, and that does it for the 5th, but not before Kenyon Jovan puts Portland in front. It's 5-4 Pickles. To the top of the 6th we go. To the top of the 6th we go. It's the Portland Pickles 5, the Westland Knights 4. Josh Findus on the mound to face the lefty Thomas Ducar. Carly Menes alongside Parker Huffman. Parker, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back. This is a fun one.
It is the great final game of the regular season this summer. Findus is opening offering to the lefty Ducar. On the outside for a strike. In the count at 0-1. Well, Parker, we'll get to your predictions after this pitch, but
okay.
I heard Parker's picks are hot.
I'm feeling pretty good about them.
The 0-1 downstairs. In the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Thomas Ducar. Give us the first one.
All right. Yeah, I mean, in general, the Portland picks are hot, but Parker's picks, pretty good. The first one I had, the flag will be blowing out slightly left to right during the national anthem.
1-1. Low and inside. Counted 2 balls and a strike. And
Our producer, John Sandylands, is getting skeptical with me, saying it was more, it was less slightly left to right and more definitely left to right. I disagree, and I felt very good about it.
2-1, swinging a 2-hopper at the third baseman, Jovan. He gloves it, takes his time, goes to first. The throw is wide. It pulls Gregory off the bag, but he tags out Thomas Ducart. A little collision over there at first base, but it all results in and out, and the bases are empty with 1 away. So we're going to say yes. First one, yes.
I'm going to mark that one down.
Portland
Correct.
5, Westland 4. Up comes Jake Lykev. Give us the next one.
Number 2, there will be 2 home runs hit in the game.
Ding, ding, ding.
What do we got, 2 right now?
2. Is it only 2?
Yes. Yeah, there can't be another one hit.
Okay. Sure the Pickles would like that. First pitch to Lykev, the righty. And he looks at a ball. The count of 1-0.
I got over 11 runs being scored in this game.
Close. We got 9.
That's definitely the potential for that to happen.
Okay. Vitus is 1-0 to Lykev. Swing and a miss. And he counted 1 ball, 1 strike. Give us the next one.
Pickles will have 7 strikeouts in the game. See, I thought about this, and I left it vague.
Okay. So
I'm just going to wait and see, and I'll decide if that means offensively or defensively.
Good choice.
Yeah.
1-1 misses outside. Counted 2 balls and 1 strike to Lykev.
Number 5, Kenyon Jovan will hit a home run.
You did not write that.
That's what it says.
Is that the last one?
No, that's 5. So,
unreal stuff. 2-1. Can you write Carly Jimenez will win the lottery on that next time?
Sure.
All right,
yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then number 6, we got no double plays will happen in this game. That's what I had. So
Man, Parker's picks are hot. That is for sure. Bases empty, 1 out. 2-2 count to the righty Lincoln. Pickles hanging on to a 5-4 lead. The pitch, swinging a foul in the right field line. So what are you right now?
right now I got 1. Number 1, that's correct. Number 2, yet to be determined. Number 3, 11 runs in the game, yet to be determined. Pickles, 7 Ks. That'll happen. Jovan with the homer, that's correct. So
2-2 and a swing and a miss. Down goes Lykev.
all right.
I just can't believe you got the Jovan home run.
So I got 2 correct, and then 4 yet to be determined. None are out. None are out yet.
Up comes James Anderson for Ben Linn. Anderson rocking 25 instead of 20 today. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I thought Parker Picks would come into a segment where we would laugh at how wrong you were.
No, I'm good.
But we have done the opposite. It has become ask Parker the lottery numbers because he's going to have them.
Well, I was talking to Ryan Moot the other day.
First pitch to Anderson. Upstairs, count at 1-0.
If everything fails, I think I might just become a bookie. And we'll see how that goes. So, I mean,
risky business.
You
got to take a chance.
It's not exactly the best profession, but I mean, my picks right now, they're just confirming my thoughts.
1-0. You're really hedging your bets with that profession.
Right. You could say that.
But
nice. Proud of you, Carlo.
Are you really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
2-0 home. Upstairs. And the count 3 balls and no strikes to Anderson. Bases empty, 2 out, top 6. Portland 5, Westland 4. Picks in the lead. What goes through your mind when you make the predictions? Let's try to get into the head of Parker.
It's really just a feeling.
Okay.
You just feel it. I mean, I walked in today, I said, the Grey Wolves are going to win this thing. Even though I'm a Gherkin guy, Grey Wolves are going to win.
And what happened?
It's just a feeling, really. You know,
So-
Jovan, he's had a rough start, broke out a few games, and then, you know, hasn't exactly had the best few games that he would have liked to over the last couple. But I knew he was going to come out today and get something done, so that's another one.
So Anderson walks. Up comes the lefty Holcroft, and he swings and chops one towards the shortstop. Moving back is Hannah, he scoops it up, goes to second, and that does it. Well, top of the 6 is over. To the bottom of the 6 we go. Pickles still lead by a run, 5-4 here at Bob Brock. To the bottom of the 6 we go. The lefty Lucas Gregory to lead things off. Portland Pickles 5, Westland Knights 4. Pickles trying to take the final game of the WWWL. Carlo Jimenez, Parker Huffman, rocking with you. How's it going, Parker?
Fantastic.
First pitch low and outside to Gregory. It'll be Gregory O'Reilly Israel. Pickles trying to hang on to the lead.
O'Reilly.
You think he likes that?
No.
Me neither. 1-0. Low and downstairs. It's kind of like the Kyle Velasquez by Robert Jones. You're just not sure how the player feels. It's
Right.
great. I mean, I love it.
Yeah. Fans love it, but, it's always dicey. You want to make sure the players like it.
2-0. Gregory swings and knifes one down the left field line, hooking foul for a free popsicle. The count at 2 balls and a strike. Portland 5, Westland 4, bottom 6. Nobody on, nobody out. Meyer sets and is 2-1 to Gregory. And Gregory swings and sends another one foul down the left field line.
All right, Carlos. So we've been having some fun up here with the rapid fire questions, the word associations. So we got some more rapid fires. I think we got looks like 11 of them. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do 5 or so, and then you can do them to me.
As Gregory swings and pops one up towards third, Andy Armstrong calls everybody off and makes the catch for 1 out.
What do you think? You ready?
No, but go.
All right. Who's your favorite racehorse of all time, Carlo?
So racehorse that won the Triple Crown recently?
Yes.
That one.
Okay.
I don't know many. I'm sorry. I'm not a.
Well, are you a morning or night person?
Morning.
Okay. What was your first car?
I don't have a car. It's all right though. It's someday.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite holiday, Carlo?
That's a good one. I really like. Gotta go with. I like New Year's.
New Year's.
Yeah.
Wow. Most people wouldn't say that, I don't think. That's a good one. And you got a nickname?
Not really.
Carlito.
Some people call me Carlito. This is one. Some people call me Low. I don't.
Low. Okay. That was
2-0. Some people call me Bob Johnson. Don't
there
know
you
why,
go.
but
Yeah. Well, that was thrilling. Let's see what the second half has in store for us.
Well, you've seen these questions.
I just saw the first one, and it was obvious.
Okay. Biggie Smalls?
Biggie Smalls.
All right. Rare or well done?
Oh, well done.
Tell us everything you know about planting cucumbers. Go.
Everything I know
Everything.
about planting
Todos.
cucumbers, well, I mean, it's best to start with the seed. Obviously, a starter will work for you. They take a lot of work. You're going to need a good amount of fertilizer if you really want to get it going.
That's true. 3 3-1 to O'Reilly. Swings and misses, counted 3-2.
Miracle Grow is my brand, but there's certainly many others. And then there's, obviously you got the plant super feed, kind of the blue-colored stuff that you can put into the water. And basically you just want to water them every day. Eventually, you probably give them a few inches.
As O'Reilly swings and misses.
O'Reilly goes down, yeah.
That, you ever thought about teaching a class on planting cucumbers?
I have, yeah. I reached out a few local community colleges, and it didn't really pan out. But I could keep going, but let's go. It's rapid fire. So we'll let the first pitch go, and then we'll see what happens.
Gold or silver?
Was it gold or silver?
Yes, sir.
Gold.
Name 3 things about Rhode Island.
It's not an island. Some
Good.
of it might be.
No, that's true.
Small.
Yep.
And it is on the East Coast.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Use the word dapper in a sentence.
Oh, and he hits that deep to the right center field for a gapper, and that's going to be a double.
Close, but the word was
Oh, what was it?
dapper.
Oh, dapper. Well, you just got to take one look at me, and you'll realize I am more dapper than Dan. I thought you said gapper. What do you think of my play-by-play, though?
Why don't you give us a play-by-play on Israel's at-bat?
Sure. Steps in, 2 taps on the plate, and pitcher's looking in. It's ball high and out. We got a full count now, and this is a big pitch. The payoff pitch coming as we get a little good, bad, and the ugly playing over the PA.
I love that song.
Pitch comes, and he strikes out to end the inning. And we're heading into the top of the 7th inning, also known, as Carlo would say, as the top of the 9th, as we're playing 7 a day. We are here on our broadcast, sponsored by Adventist Health.
To the top of the 9th inning we go here in Aurora, Oregon at Bob Brock Stadium. Portland 5, Westland 4. The Knights need a run. Carlo Jimenez alongside Parker Huffman. Rocking with you. Reddy Armstrong stands in. Jacob Trupp, the lefty, on the mound. Opening offering from Trupp. Low and inside. Almost clips Armstrong as that one goes back to the backstop.
I think I heard something there, Carlo. I think it was the ball hitting the jersey, but we will move on.
He looked awfully close. Base is empty. Top 7, nobody out. And the 1-0 from Trupp. Upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. The Knights need a run to tie things up. Pickles have an opportunity to defeat Westland for the second time this regular season, which would be a big momentum shifter moving into the playoffs tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sewell. Strike at the knees. And the count is 2-1. Although I would not want to be the Gresham Grey Wolves facing the Westland Knights off a loss. But they're not. It's the Portland Gherkins.
That's right. Yeah. So good thing for them.
Yep.
Great win in the home run derby today.
2-1. Swing and a miss. The count of 2-2.
Yeah. That would have been bad for them, but I think they're lucky stars. It's going to be the Gherkins playing the Knights tomorrow at 2:30 p.m.
2-2. Low and inside. In the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's a Knights team that can score in a hurry.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Team that doesn't usually just get 1 run. Full count to Armstrong leading off this 9th inning. The payoff pitch to him. And he swings and misses. Big time strikeout from Jacob Trupp. And there's 1 away here in the 9th.
Yes.
6 strikeouts as Ron the K-Man adds another.
1 more, and I'm looking pretty good on my predictions, Carlo.
A great Friday for Parker Huffman. Nobody down, 1 out. Opening offering to the lefty Bradley Knight, and he looks at a ball away. Top 9 here at Bob Brock in Aurora, Oregon. A solo shot by Kenyon Yovan has the Portland Pickles up 5-4 against the Westland Knights. Traps 1-0. Low and away, and the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Opportunity for the Pickles to take down the Knights, a team that won 10-0 yesterday against this Pickles team. 2-0. Bradley Knight puts the bunt down, pulls it back, and takes a strike. And the count at 2-1. Bradley Knight with the first run of the ball game, his home run to right center. Walked and scored in the 3rd. 2-1 from Trupp. Swinging a slicing line drive down the left field line that is foul. And the count evens up 2-2 to Bradley Knight.
Good to see Trupp putting these guys in a couple of tough positions, man. It's not the easiest team to get deep in the count, behind in the count.
2-2. Bradley Knight rolls one towards shortstop. Hannah scoops it up, takes his time, goes to first.
Well done.
And beats out Bradley Knight. And just like that, the Westland Knights are down to their final out. So it's all up to the right-handed batter, Chad Stevens. Parker, we learned earlier today when talking with Gabe Scoro that Gabe and Chad take every single class together.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's, I think there's quite a few guys that do that. Friends like to take their classes together, especially if they've got the same major. But that's pretty cool. These guys have known each other for quite some time, going back to Lincoln High School, I believe. So
first pitch to Stevens. Downstairs in the count at 1-0. Top 7, Portland 5, Westland 4. We are in our final inning of the ball game, and the Pickles an out away from defeating the Westland Knights. The 1-0 catches the corner, and the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Something else about Gabe Scoro, I don't know if you guys talked about it, but his mom Bernice's cookies. Wow, she brings a new one to the park every day, it seems like.
1-1 upstairs, and the count 2 balls and a strike to Stevens. Stevens is 0 for 2 today, walked in the 3rd. Chad Stevens, Parker, with a huge rip in his right pant leg.
Yep.
2-1. Swing and a miss, and he loses the bat. Look out. It flies over to the on-deck circle of the Knights.
Looking for a little pine tar, a little extra grip.
Trying to get some grip on that bat. That's the first time we've seen that.
It is, isn't it?
As he puts some more stickums or sticky substance.
Sure. Typically referred to as pine tar.
Bases empty, 2 gone. Top 9. Portland 5, West Linn 4. Knights down to their final strike. 2-2. Swinging a 2-chopper towards Jovan at third. He gets to it. He throws to first.
All right.
And the Portland Pickles defeat the West Linn Knights to close out the Wild Wild West League regular season.
Picks are hot. That's big, man. We'll see if that carries them through in the into the playoff weekend. Certainly a big win for them, and I am just so excited to see how this weekend plays out.
A solo shot by Kenyon Jovan in the bottom of the 5th is the difference maker in the final game of the regular season in the WWWL. The Pickles defeat the Knights for only the 2nd time this year and have a bunch of momentum going into the playoffs. It's Portland 5, West Linn 4, here from Bob Brock.